So now this is the series 2 of the tuples. Last time we went through the tuples and how to create a tuple and indexing. So now we will start from the sorting. Consider the following tuple. A sample tuple ratings is equals to 0, 9, 6, 5, 10, 8, 9, 6, 2. So as you can see that the tuple is not yet sorted. So we can sort this value in a tuple and save it to a new tuple. Sort the tuple. Rating sorted. We have created a new tuple which is equal to sorted of the ratings. So rating sorted is, if we type it, it will give us 0, 2, 5, 6, 6, 8, 9, 9, 10. So this is rating sorted. What about the original tuple ratings? Can you guess about it? Yes, you are right. The original ratings will not change, but the new rating sorted is in the sorted order. Now, what are the nested tuple? A tuple can contain another tuple as well as other more complex data types. This process is called nesting. Consider the following tuple with several elements. For example, create a nest tuple. Nested T is equals to 1, 2, another tuple pop, rock, another tuple 3, 4, disco, 1, 2, and parenthesis close for the whole tuple. Each element in the tuple, including the other tuples, can be obtained by an index as shown in the figure below. So in the NT, or we can simply call it, it is actually the nested T. Here in the short form, NT is equals to 1, so its index is 0, 2, its index is 1, pop, its index is 2, complete pop and rock, it's a 1 tuple, so we cannot say it's 2 and it's 3, it's 2 completely, 3 and 4 is another tuple, which is 3 and 4, 4 is the last tuple, which is disco, 1, 2. So why this is one tuple? As you see that inside it is another tuple, because the parenthesis, this parenthesis and this parenthesis makes is a one tuple, which is 4, and finally close parenthesis for the whole tuple. So we can access each element of the tuple. For example, if you print element 4 of the tuple nested 4, what it will give you? It will give you disco, parenthesis 1, 2, and parenthesis closed. So we can use the second index to access other tuples as demonstrated in the figure. So the next slide, which is basically nested tuple, which is 1, 2, and pop and rock. So if we want to access the elements of 2, so we will say, for example, here n2 0. So what is n2? N2 is the second one, second element, which is pop and rock, and 0 is the first element, which is pop. So n20 will give me pop. Then n2 and 1. So second element is element in the tuple is pop and rock, and first element is rock. So it will give me rock. For example, the element 4, 1 tuple tested nested T4 1. So which one is 4? This one is 4. And which one is 1? This is 1. Okay. So 4, 1 is 1, 2. It will give you 1, 2. And if I want to access the disco, I will write nested T4 0. So it will give me disco. So we can access strings in the second nested tuples using a third index as well. For example, here nested T2, 1, and 0. For example, 2 is the second element in the tuple, 2, 1, which is rock, and 0, what will be the 0? It will be the R. So it has given you R. Here nested 2, 1, 1, which is 2, pop and rock, pop, rock, 2, 1, 1 is rock, and 1 which is O, 0, 1 which is O. When you get it, we can use a tree to visualize the process. Each new index corresponds to a deeper level in the tree. For example, if I want to access here, I will go to the third element 3, 4. It is 3 and 4. Then if I want to access 4, I will write 3, 1, which will give me 4. So kindly draw this table in your notebooks so that you can easily have a graphical view and can easily understand the nested tuples and the indexing and how to access each and every element of a tuple, which is very powerful thing once you go to the loop and other advanced concepts. So again the similar thing, for example, I came here to second tuple, which is second element, which is pop and rock. Then I go to the rock, I will write nt2. Then within nt2 I want to access r or o. So if I want to access o, I will write nt2 again 2, and it will give me again nt2, then 1, which is o. So what it is, nt2, which is pop and rock, then 1, which is rock, and 1, which is 0. So this is nt2 2, which is this thing, pop and rock. Within 2 I want to pick 0 and 1. I will go for 1 to get the rock. From the rock I want to get the o, which is again 1, 0 1. So I will write nt2 1 and 1. For example, here if you are going to access the last one, which is nt4, from the 4 if you are going towards the 1, so in the 1 you will get 1 and 2, and if you want to get the 2 you will write nt4 1 and 1, which is nt4 1 and 1, 0 1. If you write nt4 and 0, you will get the disco. So again, if you see nt4 and nested t410, what is 410? This is 4, which one is 1, and what is 0, which is 1. So it has printed me out 1. So nt4 nested t411, which is nested t, this is 4, and 1 is 1 2, and again 1 is 2, so it will print me out 2. So if you can visualize it or write it down in this way, it will simplify the tuple. The figure below shows the relationships of tree and the elements. Nested t411, again 4, which is 1, 1 is 1 2, and 1, which is 0 1, which is 2 2. So by this indexing you can access each and every element of the tuple. Now quiz on the tuple, which is already on the lab, but I'm going to solve it for you. It's not like a formal quiz, but it's already given in your lab. So geners underscore tuples, they have created a geners. Geners is basically types, and it's referring to the musical data set album given in the lab. Genre tuple, it has created pop, rock, soul, hard rock, soft rock, slash. This slash can be referred as the next line, slash RB, progressive rock, and disco. So it has given us just to show that I am going to write in the next line. So if you enter it as a genre tuple, you will get this tuple: pop, rock, soul. This find the length of the tuple, genre tuples. So how you get the length? You just simply write len, and inside it the tuple geners underscore tuple. So you will get 8. How it's 8? 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and total including 0 is 8. So I told you that the length is 8, but it will start from the index 0. So this is basically 0 to 7, but total is, the length is 8. So moving to the next slide. So we have seen that length genre tuples is 8 and total numbers are 8, and starting from 0, so last element is 7, that's why. So access the element with respect to index 3. So what's in the index 3, how we can access genre tuple, and we can simply put the index 3, which will give us hard rock. Use slicing to obtain 3 4 and 5. What is 3 4 and 5? This is 3 4 and 5. So let's think on it, how we can get it. So we will say it's in the genre tuple, so we will write genre tuple and then the square bracket, and first element is third, so we will write 3, and we are told that to pick 3 4 and 5. So we need 3 hard rock, 4 soft rock, and 5 RB. So we will say genre tuple square bracket 3 colon and 6, because the 6 will not be included but the 5 will be included. So here it is Janus tuple 3 to 6, hard rock, soft rock, and RB. Find the first two elements of the tuple Janus tuple 0 to 2. So first two tuples are pop and rock, 0 to 2, 0, 1 and 2, but 2 will not be included, so 0 to 2 in the square parenthesis and give you first two elements. Right, okay, then find the first index of disco. So how we will get the first index of the disco, where the disco is placed in the Janus tuple? So we will say Janus tuple dot index disco. So it will give us 7. So let's see if it's in the 7. Yes, it's in the 7. For example, here if it says find the first index of the tuple, let's suppose Abdullah. So Abdullah is not in the tuple, so it will give us, what will be the answer? The answer will be a boolean variable which is false. It means that Abdullah is not present in the list. So the index is used basically to get the index of the disco. So kindly write it with you yourself. It will be helpful for your exam as well as your quiz as well. Index is used to get the index of a particular element. So if I want to get the index of the soft rock, so I will, or R and B, so I will write, for example, Janus underscore tuple, within Janus underscore tuple dot index, get me the index of R and D, and it will give me 4 or whatever the index is. For example, generate a sorted list from the tuple C underscore -5, 1 and -3. So you clearly can see that it's not sorted. So C underscore tuple we have created -5, 1 and -3. So it's not sorted yet. So C underscore list is equals to sorted C underscore tuple, and C list is -5, -3 and -1. So this is basically C underscore list, -5, -3 and -1. What about the original C underscore tuple? So C underscore tuple is not yet changed. You have created a new list. The last exercise is congratulations, you have completed your first lesson and hands-on lab in Python. However, there is more thing you need to do. The data science community encourages sharing work. The best way to share and showcase your work is share it on GitHub. By sharing your notebook on GitHub, you are not only building your reputation with fellow data scientists, but you can also show it off when applying for a job, which is very important for you. Even though this was your first piece of work, it is never too early to start building good habits. So please read and follow this article to learn how to share your work. So this article is given on your online lab, or you can simply also search for the GitHub and how to make an account on the GitHub and post your code. As I told you in the class, that it will be help you for you guys to apply for the job and showcase your work. All of your codings will be showcased on GitHub, and you can put it on your LinkedIn or your CV that I have a GitHub profile as well.